We're all familiar with emotional moments. Life is going along fine until something happens. From there, our emotions rapidly escalate. Most adults are able to identify this heightened emotional state and begin to de-escalate by applying the appropriate coping strategy. But children often lack the emotional vocabulary and coping tools to do this independently. Instead, the child's emotional state continues to escalate until an adult intervenes or the child is finally exhausted. Families can help children to independently manage emotional momentum with self-regulation. Effective self-regulation has two parts: emotion identification, where the child draws upon his or her emotional vocabulary to identify the emotion, and coping strategies. With the emotion identified, the child chooses and applies the appropriate coping strategy. For example, your child is at the store with you and asks for a toy. You reply, "I'm sorry, but not today." Your child feels himself getting angry and chooses a coping strategy to fit that emotion. The coping strategy helps your child to independently return to a calm state. So how do you teach self-regulation? Remember, self-regulation has two parts: emotion identification and coping strategies. To teach emotion identification, begin by identifying emotions you and your child see in others. You can also help your child by identifying your own emotions. Finally, help your child to identify his or her own emotions as they occur. Remember, emotion identification takes time and practice, especially with more complex emotions like anxiety, jealousy, and frustration. Let's move on to coping strategies. There's a lot of healthy coping strategies out there, but not all of them will work for your child. That's why it's a good idea to teach multiple coping strategies. Some commonly used coping strategies include belly breathing, counting to 10, taking a break, or squeezing and relaxing muscles. Remember, it's best to teach coping strategies when your child is calm. Learning new things during emotional distress is hard. Let's review. We use self-regulation to change our emotional momentum. Self-regulation has two parts: emotion identification and coping strategies. When teaching your child to identify emotions, point out different emotions in others, yourself, and your child. Teach your child a variety of coping strategies. Remember to always teach during calm times. Remember, self-regulation takes practice. Be prepared to coach your child through. It will get easier. Thank you for watching. To learn more, visit us online at connectingforkids.org.